Christy, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawn's mice, flowers, and all the grasses. I've stamped those images in Lawn Fawn jet black ink on Copic friendly cardstock, and I'm going to be coloring to match some pattern paper from the Blissful Blossoms 6x6 pad. I'm going to tear out the sheet I'm going to use as my color inspiration and tuck that under my cardstock panel. As usual, I'm using my Copic markers, and I'm going to begin with my mice. I've pulled out E30, E31, E33, and E35, and I'm going to start with that E35. I'm doing kind of a two-tone look. I'm going to do the head and the bottom of their body in the brown, and then the center of their body is going to be cream. This is one of the combos that I did in my 8 ways to color mice video. So if you're interested in different ways to color mice, you can check that out. But I started with that E35 laying in my darkest shadows depending on the direction that they're facing. I like to put my shadows down the back to keep their face nice and light so you can really make out those features. And then I started blending out with the E33. I want to create almost like a heart shape around their eyes and nose, the white part of the face being the heart shape. So I'm drawing in the negative space with that E33, and then I came in with the E31 and continued that, kind of blocking in the areas that will be brown and filling those in completely. I'm kind of reinforcing that heart shape, just drawing that in, making it come down to a point over the nose and on the sides of the face. And then I'll come in with the E30, and I'm going to add some shading to the parts of the body that I left white, and also just soften up the transition from the brown area into the more creamy color. So just real quick and simple with that E30, and then I'm going to switch to some different browns. I'm going to use E43 and E47 to color the dirt in my flower pot, putting that E47 close to the bottom edge, and then at the top I will blend out with the E43. Switching to some pink shades, I'm bringing in R11, R20, and R22. I'm going to color in their noses and the centers of their ears, and also give them some rosy cheeks. I did a touch of that R22, and then I'm going to blend out the cheeks and the ears with the R20. And then I'll use the R11 to fill in their ears and just go over the white part of their cheek to soften that. Then I'm going to lighten this combo slightly by removing the R22 and adding in the R00. And this is what I'm going to use to color in my flowers. And I'm trying to match the pink in that pattern paper. So I decided to go with something really soft, using the R20 for a little bit of definition in the center of each of those petals. And then I'm going to elongate those strokes with the R11, and then I'll come in with the R00 and fill in the white space that remains. And then I wanted to go back in with that R20 and just add a little bit of extra definition. So I'm just going to add that back in. I felt like it faded just a bit more than I wanted. So I'm just going to draw that back in right down the center where I had it. Then I'm going to switch to some green shades. I'm using G20, YG11, and YG17. For the centers of the flowers, I'm using just the YG11 and then the G20. So it's going to be super, super light, but it kind of matches the green that is in the pattern paper. It's hard for you to see on camera because it's super small, but there are some tiny pale green leaves. I used the YG17 for the flower stems, and then I'm adding a little bit of that onto the leaves and then blending that out with the YG11. Just working my way over the transition between those two so I get a nice soft fade. And I did go back and add a little bit more YG11 to the flower centers and then blended that out once again. For the grasses, I'm going to darken up this combo by adding in the YG67, and I removed the G20. So I'm going to put that down at the bottom of all of those grasses. I'll blend out with the YG17 and just leave a little bit of area on the tips of the blades of grass for the YG11. So we get just a little bit of that softer, kind of bright greenish yellow shade mixed in there to kind of tie it in with the flowers. For the flower pots, I decided to go with a little bit of a desaturated turquoise to match the sky background that I'm going to be doing. I went with BG11, BG53, and BG57. Putting the BG57 closest to the mouse because the mouse's body would be casting a shadow on the pot, and then blending out toward the right with the BG53 and filling in with the BG11. I'm also going to add some of that BG11 into the bees' wings to give them a subtle bit of color. And then for the rest of the bees, I'm going to use Y11, Y13, and Y15, and I'm just going to shade them on one side with that Y15, blend out with the Y13, and then I'll use the Y11 to fill in the rest of their body. And I did also want to give them some rosy cheeks, so even though they are super tiny, I just added the tiniest little dot on their cheeks with the R22 and then blended over that with the R20. And I'll trim the images out with their matching dies. For my focal panel, I've taken the second largest of the small stitched oval stackables and trim that out of some Bristol smooth surface cardstock. I've got an acrylic block and a little pot of water off to the side, and I'm going to do some easy watercoloring with some Distress Oxide inks. I'm using Salvage Patina for the sky and Mowed Lawn for the grass, and I'll just mix up that ink with a little bit of water on that block and then paint it really messily onto this panel. I find that the messier I put it down, the better I like it once it's dried. So I'm just placing that color. I want there to be different areas where it's lighter and different areas where it's darker. And I want the two to kind of blend together in the center. So I'm making sure to kind of go over the transition area, and then I'll go back with some extra ink and just dot in the color so that I get some of those areas to look darker. I'll rinse my brush and do the same thing for the sky until I like how it's looking, and then I will set it aside to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to stamp part of my sentiment onto some Lawn Fawn cilantro cardstock, and I'm doing that in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I'm taking a sentiment from the Mice Flowers stamp set that says, "I'm glad we're," and I stamped that down twice to make sure it was nice and bold, and then I'll set that aside. I'll pop my card base in my MISTI so I can stamp an additional image and sentiment on the inside. I created that out of Lawn Fawn Ballet Slippers cardstock, and I'm stamping in bubblegum ink. And I just did the little mouse that's hugging the flower once again, and the other sentiment in this stamp set that says, "If friends were flowers, I'd pick you," which I think is just really sweet. So next, I'm going to take the pattern paper. So this is the print that I used as my inspiration, and then I also trimmed down the coordinating print that has the little vines on it. So the floral print is going to cover the entire card front. It is an A2 standard size card, so 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And then I'll take the vine print and run that down the middle of the card horizontally. I cut it just a little bit too long, so I'm going to grab my Cutter Bee Teflon coated scissors and trim off the excess so we get a perfect fit. I've trimmed out more of the ballet slippers cardstock with the second largest of the stitch scallop oval stackables, and I am going to mat my focal panel on top of this. It's a perfect fit inside those stitching lines, so I just made sure to line that up there, and then I'm going to add some Scotch 3M foam tape to the back of it so that I can have this popped up on my card front and give it a bit of lift. So I'll peel off those release papers and line that up in the center of my card. I'm going to take my time to make sure it's on there nice and straight and adjust as needed before I press that down firmly. And then I can bring in my images and the rest of my sentiment. So I took the Scripty Friends die and trimmed that out of some cilantro cardstock and also another piece of Bristol cardstock so that it would match the white exterior of the focal panel. And I was just trying to decide which one I wanted to be on top and which one I wanted to be the drop shadow. I decided to go with the cilantro on top. So I'm going to grab my Barely Art Precision craft glue and I'm going to run some liquid glue behind this. I love that super fine nozzle for adding liquid glue behind delicate die cuts like this. And then I will just adhere these two together, and I'm going to shift the cilantro piece just slightly toward the right and down so that we get a drop shadow of white that is going to be up and toward the left. And then I'm going to add some more liquid glue to the back of that and adhere it to the bottom of that focal panel. I also want to add the little dot above the eye, so I'll add just a drop of glue there and then add the white piece first and then another little drop of glue to add the green piece. I trimmed down the rest of the sentiment with the smallest of the Everyday Sentiment banners, and I'm just trying to figure out where I wanted that. It was going to cover up the jots of the eye, so I'm going to remove those because they're not going to fit there with that banner. So I'll adjust those and add them back on in just a second, but they couldn't go where I had them. And then I'm going to slip in that little banner so that it tucks behind the loop of the D and then move it up a bit towards the top of that grass line. And then I can glue the little dots above the eye back on. And they're going to cover up the bottom of that little banner, but they're not going to cover up the words, so that works. Then I'll grab my two mice images, and I'm going to have the one that is holding the flower pot have his foot kind of right on the corner of that banner to kind of integrate him into the scene a little bit more. And then this little guy, I'm actually going to tuck the edge of his foot behind the banner. So one is on top and one is behind, just for a little bit of difference. Then I'll grab the largest of those grasses and I'm going to tuck that under the edge of the banner right in the center to kind of fill up some of that space that was there. And then the other two little smaller pieces of grasses I'll tuck on either side of the mice. Then I just have the little bees, so I'm going to place one toward the top of the scene in that empty space up there. And then quickly before that glue dries, I'm going to add the bee trail. There is also more of a straight bee trail, but I really liked the curved ones. I thought they just suited the scene the best, so I just stamped two of those. And then I'll add my other little bee and add the bee trail right behind him. So if I needed to adjust them at all, I could. And then I wanted to add a little bit of glitter to this card, so I pulled out my favorite Stardust Stickles and added that to my bee's wings. I also put it on my flower centers, and I wanted to put it on the sentiment, but I wanted to have a little bit more contrast where I wanted to place it, so it would almost have an ombre effect. So I took that YG11 marker that I used earlier on some of my coloring and just colored in the bottom like third of each of the letters with that. And then I'm going to go over that with the Stardust Stickles, so it'll just be a little bit darker and create some more contrast with that nice sparkle over top. And I also put some on the little dot of the eye, but I left that plain to kind of match the top of the eye. And that is going to finish off this card, so I'll give you another peek at the inside. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun playing with these new products. If you liked it too, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post new videos. The products I use will be listed and linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 videos I thought you would also enjoy. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon in the next. Bye-bye!